Welcome back, my listeners, to World 94. I'm your host with the most, Mega Drive 20XX, and of course, with me is Thrav, Rande.
Yo.
Well, due to our situation, Dr. Robotnik kicked us out of his place while desperately seeking scraps for his next robot of destruction. Apparently, broadcasting from his pad sent the wrong signals or some crap. Pfft, whatever. No matter. We all received invitations to Princess Peach's castle for tonight, so again, we raise our glasses on this live broadcast, and thank you, Your Highness, for letting us crash here, take your food, and record.
Oh, you boys play nice now, and watch out for King Koopa.
Yes, Your Highness.
Tonight, we are literally jumping right into this podcast with a Super Mario All-Stars cast, featuring special guest stars such as Thrav Rande.
Hey.
Top Gun Phoenix.
Howdy.
ResidentShroom.
What's up?
We're going to bring out the big Super Scope 6 guns tonight for this year's embarks the 25th anniversary of the Super Mario series. I mean, wow, 25 years already? I got 5 years ahead on Mario, but damn, I feel super old now. How about you guys? Feeling any gray hairs growing down there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not really.
What about you, Shroom?
I got gray in my head.
My condolences, good sir. So much to do, so much to thank, and so little time. Actually, scratch that and reverse it. To thank Super Mario for inspiring the name of this very show. Without it, it could have been named after a Sonic game. Yet, I doubt that, since the Sonic was made to compete with Mario. Am I right? Well, cheers to you, Nintendo and Mario Brothers. We raise our glasses and pocket protectors to you for creating, defining, and breeding a mass of video gamers for over 25 years and still growing. So, Nintendo had a big anniversary batch yesterday on November 7th at the Nintendo World Store in New York City with a grand reopening with a cake that is not a lie.
Mario, I baked a cake for you.
Mario decorations galore. And not to mention a few hundred dudes parading around dressed as Mario. Miyamoto himself was there, alongside with the president of Nintendo, Mr. Reggie Fils-Aime, who served the cake, plus two gorgeous red limited edition Nintendo Wii's and Nintendo DSi's, both bundles with Mario goodness. Nintendo always knows how to throw a party. Just look at Mario Party on Nintendo 64.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Whew, man, I tell you, that's a classic right there. Remember how many controllers were broken because of that?
Like 20.
Yeah, that's about right.
On the first day, of the first hour, of the first minute.
Yeah. Dude, my analog stick broke. What do we do? Good Lord. Well, we're taking a DeLorean 85 with 1.21 gigawatts to the date and year, October 18th, 1985. Great Scott! The entire world will soon know who Mario and Luigi was, saving a crashing industry, break world records in the game sales to this very day. The market crashed, nobody wanted video games, and Nintendo stormed in by calling their system the entertainment system, and naming their games video cassettes to fool those naysayers. The VCR look-alike was a solid hit, and video games were back on track. The industry was saved thanks to Nintendo, and Super Mario became a household name by 1987. Fun fact is children recognize the image of Mario more so than Mickey Mouse by a large percentage. What really makes Mario tick? What do you guys think made Super Mario so astounding, I guess?
The mushrooms.
He was relatable.
He was Italian.
That's true. Italians love him, especially he's in a soccer game.
Yeah, he was relatable. I mean, he was basically just an average guy who ate mushrooms and jumped on Goombas, and it was, very, very high action and just a all-around great hit. I don't know, was it one of the very first mass platforming games, correct? Especially after the video game crash.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I mean, especially for what came in the game, especially in Super Mario Brothers 1, you got a lot of game for your money, and just had so much. Everything was so different compared to what happened back in the early '80s, like that with like the Atari and stuff.
That's good. I honestly think that the Mario series took off in 1988 with Nintendo's Mario Madness. Marketing, which had so much merchandise it could take out a kindergarten class of 27 children easily. There was like bed sheets, curtains, candy bars, action figures, trading cards, tin trash cans, a giant wristwatch that hangs over your wall, digital gaming watches you wear with little mini games of like Mario or Zelda, t-shirts, PJ slippers, and yes, even a bathroom set with matching shower curtains, Mario shampoo, and the most bizarre and disturbing, a Super Mario shower head. Yeah, nothing says your daughter's going to be terrorized than that. These items are worth a ton of money to collectors by today's standards, but man, they are goofy and hauntingly adorable memorabilia. Moving on to Super Mario Bros. 2, what are the best memories we have had?
Watching Luigi's legs do that brrrr thing as he jumped.
Yeah.
Toad.
And Toad, yes. Toad having super strength.
Yeah, picking up stuff, and that was just weird.
That stupid pink girl dragon.
Birdo?
Birdo? Oh, yeah.
Birdo, yeah.
Spits eggs out of her mouth instead of her butt, which is really weird and disturbing at the same time.
I hated that thing.
Yeah, it was creepy.
That game was so horrible. There's really not much to talk about it.
Oh, there's a lot, actually. We'll get to that sooner or later.
I honestly didn't think it was nearly as good as 1 or 3.
Yeah,
No,
never
it was
was. It was weird. But we'll explain that. The launch of Super Mario Bros. 2 was amazing back in '88, and there really isn't never a memory I have that better than the Christmas of '88. Reading Nintendo Power magazine for the first time and playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, followed by Mario 2, was pretty intense. Not to mention the Super Mario Brothers Super Show on CBS every weekday was always a blast to watch when former WWF superstar Captain Louis Albino was Mario. An Italian playing an Italian stereotype? Say it ain't so. Mario 2's gameplay was quite weird and different, but at least we got to play as Toad and Princess Toadstool back then, or as the younger generation calls her now, Princess Peach. However, while we were playing Mario 2 in 1988, spoiler alert, Japanese already had Mario 3. This fable of the real Super Mario spans a 7-year period of mystery and darkness from 1986 until 1993, when the truth was revealed. Let's break it down, starting with 1986. Super Mario Bros. 2 was released in Japan on the Famicom disk drive. After hearing consumer reports claiming this game was too hard for their audiences, Nintendo Japan felt the US audience may feel the same way, so they underwent an entirely new version of Super Mario Bros. 2.
I agree. It's completely insane, and I cannot beat the game.
I think nobody really can.
I think it's impossible. I don't think anybody's ever beaten it.
I've done it once, and that was a long time ago, at least 15 years ago. Whew. Moving on to 1987, Doki Doki Panic, translation Run Run Panic, was released in Japan on the Famicom disk drive. This quirky Arabic fairy tale based on a Fuji TV cartoon was the original game that gave the inspiration to our Super Mario Bros. 2. The main story focused on 4 characters trying to save their baby twins. There was the mama, the papa, the brother, and sister. It was kind of like Aladdin. These same 4 sprites used in the game became the Mario characters as followed. The papa character turned out to be Mario, sister turned out to be the princess, the brother was Toad, and the mother was Luigi, which really questions his sexuality now that I think of it. Poor Luigi. I mean, no respect for the poor guy. The games, however, are pretty much exactly the same, except there's no run button to hold down. Enemy and object sprites are totally different compared to ours. Well worth a Google search to see the difference.
There are many videos on certain video websites explaining the differences between Super Mario Bros. 2 and Doki Doki Panic, and also the similarities of them. So it's amazing how the wool was, theoretically pulled over our eyes, and we didn't, realize it until later.
Yep. In 1988, Super Mario Bros. 2 hits the USA, and we were totally ignorant on what we had just received. It's pretty much a love-hate, hate it to death kind of situation, yet we were all guilty of playing it. Yet it gave birth to the famous Mario Mania era of the late 80s. This is by far the most debated game in history, next to Super Mario Sunshine on Nintendo GameCube, in my honest opinion.
Super Mario Sunshine. Oh god, that is so much memories.
Yeah, I just can't take Mario serious when he's got a water bong and he's trying to attack you. I mean, I can't do that.
I never played it, as usual. I never played it. I never actually had a GameCube, so I didn't play it.
Well, the biggest problem I always thought was like when you're switching between, if the water thing had fire mode or if it had water blasting, switching between the two was a pain in the ass. I mean, it's like, oh crap, and then when you finally found Yoshi, you're like, yeah, but if Yoshi goes in the water, he's gone. And I'm like, this is suck, because this is a big middle finger, but we'll talk about that soon. Or probably on another podcast. 1988, Meanwhile, in Japan, the Famicom cart, Super Mario 3, was already released without us even knowing. Good old marketing for the USA to keep secrets. Yet, the only source of news we had back then was technically magazines, and they were always domestic, so no foreign soup for you. In 1989, Nintendo of America and a low-budget movie by the name The Wizard, featuring Fred Savage from the Wonder Years, stars in this now cult classic 90-minute Nintendo commercial. Remember, kiddies, the Power Glove is so bad, and you got 50,000 points in Double Dragon. This movie revealed the mother of all secrets in the last few scenes of this classic we know as Super Mario Bros. 3 in North America.
I was born in 1989. All I'm saying.
Woohoo! It's a good year. We actually nearly crapped our pants when we actually saw that movie. I was about 8 years old when I saw it, and I think we all had a heart attack.
I remember one of my very first memories is actually watching that movie. Going to the video store in my hometown and getting it like every weekend and watching the movie all over and over and over and over and over again and just watching Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah, that was worth it, I have to say. Stay tuned for part 2 of our Super Mario Super Special, coming up right after this.